Yeah, 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 yeah. And I heard him say, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today from the shot.
You might want to. I'll scooch over a bit.
Okay.
Scooch in.
Okay. Welcome to No Boundaries. I'm Brian Cook. You know me, and this is my friend here. Let me shake your hand. This is my good friend Philip England.
Hi.
And we were here today, not making music, even though we
tried.
We tried. Technology failed,
yeah.
and was not on our side. But I decided that I would allow Phil to. Phil's now on Tumblr, though. We'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah, we'll
and I'll put the link
at the end of the video.
I'll put the link at the end with the credits too. But Phil's very smart guy, very kind guy, very intelligent guy, and I invited him onto the love child of mine, my video love child. That sounded really weird, actually.
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
It's one of those things where I said it, and then I said it out loud, and I was like, that sounded so much better in my head.
Yeah, but we can't always take those back. I mean,
we've had a lot of good discussions, and I really enjoy talking with Phil. So we have some issues, things that we've talked about in the past that we just kind of want to get recorded so you guys can see it and really respond to it.
Yeah, before we talk about it too much and then get sick of it.
Then get sick of it.
Talk to you about it.
Yeah.
First thing is kind of on the theme of the day, why we were even here.
That's why the papers are here, because we wrote all this stuff down.
I have to plan, because...
I did okay, before we continue, and I should have told you this before we started recording, my first video, somebody told me I was really, really ADD, because I kept looking around everywhere, so we have to stay focused.
Yeah, we're going to focus.
We're going to focus.
Hopefully, like, the two of us plus the papers, because I'm slightly, like, out there, too. But okay, back to the main topic that I was trying to explain is our first topic we're going to talk about is music in general, because that's what we were here. We were trying to record with me and another of my friends' bands, and Kyle is the other person in the band. I meant to say Brian.
Epic fail.
Yes. Me and Kyle were playing, well, more messing around and doing
I'm going to take over here.
Yeah, let him explain while I get my verbal
Kyle, should I say his last name?
Just Kylito. We'll call him
Kylito. Kylito and Phil.
You know who you are.
This is Phil. Kylito, who left earlier, have been making music in a band they called The Return Trip, and I came over because I was going to help with the tech side of it, because I know some stuff.
Yeah. Not
enough, apparently.
Yeah, because we might rant on the program later, but...
We will. But that was how I ended up here today, and then Phil and I have spent probably I think it's probably at this point, the last, like, half an hour... At least
rambling on about life, the universe, everything.
So now, do you want to go where you were going? So we got through that part.
Yeah.
That was
this is
like a train wreck.
Yeah, this is gonna be like the most train wreck video, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, I can tell you.
It's for you Tumblr followers of mine.
Okay. So music, we'll kind of get off on a really light foot with some new artists that we've recently they may not be brand new out there, that we've recently discovered or may have come out with a new album or something.
Or
rediscovered, in fact. And that we really, really enjoy. Do you want to start off?
One of the bands, and I sort of kind of rediscovered them. I mean, I still love them, but it's one of those bands that I have to be in the right mood to listen to, and it was Story of the Year. It's one of those bands that just, like, the style of music may turn people off, but their lyrics are actually really, really strong.
Yeah,
I love that part about them.
That's important to me in music as well, is a very strong lyrical base, because then you can kind of, I think with good lyrics in music, you can convey the emotion you were feeling or trying to get through in the song to your audience, and that's when I write song lyrics. I'm nowhere near as good as Story of the Year. I mean, I've been doing it for maybe, how long has it been? Maybe a year?
Yeah.
Maybe a year now, and
I think it's
quite
around a year too.
It's quite good with releasing tension and stress with feelings, and but
I would say 97, 90. I'll just go. Probably about 99% of the songs I've written have all been personal experience stuff, and it's just been. I love that part about writing.
For me, probably right now, I've been on two main big kicks right now. I've listened to a lot of techno because I just love techno and like that sort of music. One band, artist, DJ, I don't know how to describe it, that I recently discovered and really, really love is Bass Nectar. And he kind of is a little lighter than most technos, and I really enjoy him, and I like to listen to techno. This is my study tip of the day. I like to listen to techno while I work on schoolwork, because when I'm working on schoolwork, I find that I'm more thinking about the lyrics if it has lyrics, whereas if I listen to techno, which a lot of the techno I have doesn't have any lyrics, or very repetitive lyrics, I'm not thinking so much as lyrics, I'm thinking what I'm working on to the beat of the song, and it helps me work faster. Another techno artist would be, of course, Dead Mouse, who is just amazingly cool, and he has a YouTube channel that is amazing. He has a hilarious sense of humor to me, and I
would agree on the sense of humor.
I cannot get enough of his stuff. We might have to link his YouTube channel, do a little plug.
Well, I have a lot of links to put at the end of this, and then
Yeah.
I'll put it in the description and stuff, which will be down there. And I've always wanted to do that when I watch YouTube videos, and they're like, well,
in the doobly-doo,
check down there,
in the below box.
But yeah, and do you want to just go to the next sub point, because that's kind of where I was leading into.
Yeah, I think I wanted to just get mine kind of out of there. We probably should have started with yours first, but
you can go.
Who
ahead.
knows? This is a train wreck. The other sub point we were kind of going with is how music affected us, and that was kind of what we were getting to with the lyrics earlier, and how it's for both of us, it's been a very kind of to deal with emotional situations and just stress in life and what things that are on your mind. Kind of helps, for me at least. I don't know about you. I know you've said it helps you deal with stuff, but it helps me like order my emotions kind of and keep everything in check, and know really sometimes if I'm feeling really mad about something, I'll write a song about it and be like, what am I doing? I'm stupid. I shouldn't be mad about this. Or I'll be sad about this and it'll help me get over it. Anything to add?
I mean, my Tumblr followers that watch this know that I write a lot of poetry and write a lot of lyrics and stuff. And I think music has affected me in the sense of I can listen to a song and literally just close my eyes and not even know where I am. And I actually had this happen today during my study hall period. I just had my headphones in and I was listening to, I think I was listening to No Love by Eminem and Lil Wayne.
Really?
Hey, that's actually not a bad song.
I'm not big on newer Eminem. But.
And I had my headphones in, and the girl that was sitting next to me just taps me on the shoulder at one point, and she knew, I've told people I write, I've had people approach me about my writing and stuff, and she knows I write, and I've told her about it and stuff. She asked me, she goes, do you usually sway like that when you write? I caught myself, and I've caught myself before, where I'll be writing, and I'll just, like, slowly kind of be like Ray Charles, like, where I'll just be like this, and that's me drifting off. And it's something where I know you play keyboard.
Yeah, I do that. You saw me earlier. I do that when I'm just like into a riff.
Well, and that's what's happening when I'm writing. It's one of those things where I'm keeping the beat with my body, and I just feel like it's right. and I feel like I'm basically playing the keyboard, but it's the computer keyboard and not the keyboard.
Yeah, and that
It's the keyboard over there.
Yeah, here we're gonna emergency frame change. Here's my keyboard. Isn't she pretty? Let's hope. Okay, good frame, Mark, again. Yeah, I get Brian back in that shot. And yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Like, you can get lost in it, and I know when I'm writing, even if I'm just thinking about what lyrics to add to a certain music part, I just kind of get lost in it, and I just kind of, it feels like it's flowing out of you, and it's very relaxing in a sense that all that pent up emotion and anxiety about things can kind of come out in a very productive way, and maybe you can help others understand what you're going through. Maybe you can help them through similar times, and that's a really comforting thing to me.
And just with writing styles, I think if you read all my lyrics, you won't be able to point out any of this. But the hardest part I have is writing a song where I'm not already listening to another song. Like, I have to have something playing in my ears, and it's not really to base it off of. But if I'm sitting here, like, I cannot just sit here. I'll move that over there. Like, if I'm just sitting here writing, I can't just sit here and write a song. Like, I have to have some sort of beat, some sort of idea in my head, playing in my head.
Yeah, I'm kind of the opposite way, unless I'm adding it to my own music, because if I write the music part and then try to write the lyrics next, I'm fine. But if I listen to any music, I have to isolate myself from music for at least a good half hour and make sure there's no songs stuck in my head. Because if I try to write with a song stuck in my head or while I'm currently listening to music, it'll just turn up as a cheap parody of that song. The lyrics and the ideas may be my own, but the rhythms and the forms and the structure will be very, very similar to that song. One thing I found that is actually nice, I picked this up watching an interview with the late, great Ronnie James Dio. He was a lead singer for Black Sabbath, and he had a couple of other bands that he was in. And he would write while watching sporting events, and that is amazingly helpful to me, because you're focused on the game and everything, and not so much listening to music or anything. It kind of clears your head, I feel like. Anything else we want to add to this, or
not really? That was actually really good.
Are we fished out on this topic?
I think the ship has sailed.
Okay. On to the next one.
Sure.
Any fancy transitions that you want to have? Okay. Here. I have my fancy transition. This is my phrasing. See if this works. It doesn't, because I kind of pointed out this transition, but still. Like music has helped us deal with emotion, it can help you deal with emotion related to relationships, which is our next topic.
Bing!
Bing, bonus points.
Yeah. 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 And I heard him say, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today. From the shot like Tim, it's a harder way. So this is in the name of love, like Robert say. Before you ask me to go get a job today, can I at least get a raise on the minimum wage? And I know the government